Now we're going to look at how to break statements up into multiple lines. Here we define three variables, A, B, and C, and we create a statement that uses those three variables. So I'm going to highlight all that and hit the Enter key on my number pad. And here we see that Max evaluates each one of these and then evaluates this statement. Now I'm going to delete this output here. Now I'm going to take this C, I'll delete it here, and I'll put it in on the line below. And I'll just highlight that and hit the Enter key on the number pad. You can see I get the same thing. Putting this C down here doesn't change anything. But if I'm breaking a statement into multiple lines, I have to make sure that I'm not breaking right at the end of an expression. Because if I do that, Max will think that I just want it to evaluate that expression. So for example, I'm going to delete this asterisk, the times sign, and try putting that down here. I'm going to delete this output just so it won't confuse me. Highlight, and hit Enter. So what happened here is that Max first evaluated A plus B, because that's a complete expression, and it evaluates to 3. Then it looked at this times C, and it said, times C is not a valid expression. I need something times C. So trying to break this statement in such a way that a valid expression ended up by itself on the top line did not work. Now, if for some reason I really did want to break this up like this, there actually is a way to do it, and it's using the backslash at the end of the line. So I just put a backslash in like this. This tells Max this is not to be evaluated by itself. Continue on to the next line. So I'm going to delete this output, again, just so I don't get confused by it. Highlight here, hit the Enter key on the number pad, and this time it gets 7. Again, because the backslash told it to continue to the next line in doing its evaluation. So you can be quite flexible about the way that you break statements up. So for example, I could break this up like this, A plus on the first line and B times C on the next line. And that's because A plus is not a valid statement all by itself, so Max knows not to stop after that first line. And again, I get 7. I can't put the plus down here, though, and get the result I want, because A by itself is a valid expression. And hit the Enter key. And again, it evaluated A, which evaluates to 1, but again, it didn't like the plus B. It wants something plus B. And once again, if I put the backslash up here, and I'll just delete the output, and hit the Enter key, I get the result I want. So that's a basic introduction to writing multi-line statements in Max Script.